Hey everybody, this is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, so today I've got the Fimi X8 SE and we're going to put it up in the air. They released some new firmware today, so we're going to check that out. And I took some screenshots on my phone, so I'm going to read those off to you. Okay, so what it's telling us it's doing is with the camera, it's added a function to capture and generate to thumbnail, whatever that means. Fixed invalid problem of F-log in the color mode. I'll be honest with you, I don't understand what that is either. Fixed wrong GPS height information of photo. So I assume that's probably what's embedded in the photo. Must have been wrong. And then the next is flight control. It says optimize the parameter settings for saving and reading. Boy, there you go. Doesn't really tell us much, does it? Optimized compass detection data. So I suspect that probably has to do with some of those compass interfered notifications that we were getting. And then optimized IMU checking data. And what I'll say about that one is I noticed that you no longer have the option to check the IMU in the within the app. So let me see if I can so I'm going to put all of these pages up. I'm looking at them while I'm talking to you. I'm going to put all these pages up on the screen. So normally right below compass calibration we had that IMU check function, and that's no longer there. So you got me. I don't know what that's about. And then next, okay, so I've got all the numbers, and I'm not going to read all those off to you here, but all the firmware numbers, I'll put them up on the screen, and what's changed and so forth. You'll have to go back and look at my previous video to look at those numbers and see. And although I don't know what that really means, but in any case, the other thing that I would like to check with this, and by the way, we're going to do a compass calibration before we take off here, but my biggest gripe has been the crooked horizon on this. So of course we're going to check that again on the gimbal. Hopefully we have a straight horizon. And then also, you might remember the last time I had this out here, I had problems drawing a square around the POI. It was not looking at the POI correctly for whatever reason. And I suspect that's because I had the drone in sport mode earlier, and I know that I took it out of sport mode, but I think that's the reason why. So the first thing we're gonna do when we take off is we'll try some of those automated flight modes where you have to set the POI and see if that works, and I think it'll be fine. I really believe that was the problem I was having earlier, is because I was in sport mode. I'll bet you if I had landed the bird, cycled it off and then on again, I think it probably would have been fine. And then beyond that, I'm gonna set the camera to cloudy day. It's kind of hazy here. We do have some sunshine, but it's also a little bit hazy. So we want to set that's just for your information, so that you can know what you're looking at when you see the photography we take. And I always shoot in 4K 30, and I upload to YouTube in 4K 30 as well. So if you've got a monitor that supports that, you'll be able to see that on there. And gosh, that's about it. Let's quit wasting time and let's get this bird in the air. Like I said, I'm going to do a compass calibration. I won't show that on screen. You guys have all seen that before. And then we'll take off and we'll see what's going on with this guy. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. This is a really cool drone and a tremendous value, and it has a lot of promise. In my mind, there's just a couple of things that are holding it up from being a really great drone. The biggest one being that tilted horizon. So anyway, let's get it in the air and see what's going on. We're going to do an auto takeoff here. I'll get out of the way so that you guys can see it on camera. Man, this thing is This is one smooth quad there. Yeah, it rose up a little bit above camera height. We'll drop it back down. So, just on takeoff here, I'm looking at the horizon. It looks relatively straight. It's probably a little off, but yeah, probably a little bit off. Let's bring the camera down here so you can see. So there's the horizon, and if you look at the grid lines there, you can see it's just a little off, but that's not too bad. Now look at it, it's slowly correcting itself. So it is, so now it's straight. It took it just a second to straighten out there. But anyway, we'll look at that some more here. So we're going to turn around. And we are going to go backwards and up. I always love that shot. That's my favorite shot. Okay, I'm going to walk out into the field here a little bit. You know what? Before I do that, let's try that return to home the first thing. So I'm going to hit RTH right now. And let's see if it finds the orange landing pad. And so it's rising to its return to home height, which I believe it said 98 feet on there, which is the lowest that I was able to set it at. So let's see how it does here. I'll drop the gimbal down here so we can see. Yeah, it's not even close. And I don't know, usually it says that it's looking for it, and it's not even looking for it. Yeah, so I don't know, it's slowing down, so it's looking for something. I don't know, guys. Okay, I canceled it right above there, and you can see the drone there, I'm sure. So let me go in and make sure that precision landing is selected. And I can't even remember if that's a selection on here. Fail safe, compass precise landing. No, it was not on. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to turn precise landing on, and we're going to try that again. So when it did the update, it must have shut that off, because I know I've had that on in the past. So let's back it up. And we're going to try that one more time. Sorry, I should have picked the camera up. There we are. Okay, let's go back a little bit further. And then let's hit return to home. So now we know we have precision landing on. So let's see how it does. And like I said, I apologize to whoever the commenter was. I can't remember who it was, but somebody had commented it on there that you have to have the orange side of the landing pad up. So that's what we got going here. So I'm looking for messages on the screen. Yeah, landing pad not detected, it says. So I don't know. I'm just going to tell you. And that message is still up. Let's see as it gets closer to the ground. Let's see if it sees it. Still says landing pad not detected. You know, it's slowing down like it's looking. But yeah, it's almost to the ground. It's not going to hit it. So I canceled again. So I'm going to tell you, if it can't see that landing pad, it can't see anything, because you can see where it's at there. You know, this is a kind of a a kind of a cloudy day, and so it's not like it's in bright sunshine. There's plenty of contrast. I've tried it on the blue side before and not had any better luck. So I'm just going to tell you, this drone is not something that you're going to be able to do precision landing with. Not that that's a problem. I mean, you know, you can land it manually and it's no big deal. So that's not even anything I'm worried about. But anyway, let's back it up and let's get it out there and let's try some of those automated flight modes and see if we can get that POI to work that we had problems with the other day. Okay, so I've got myself in the center there, and you know, I like that spiral, but I need to get more altitude for that because I need to make sure I clear everything here. So we're going to do a spiral. And I'm going to please fly to the top to set the center. So I assume that means it needs to fly over the top of me. Looks to me like I'm about as close as I can get. So we're setting center. And now we need to back it up, I believe. Yeah, so that wasn't the POI that I was talking about. I should have picked the droney, but let's go ahead and finish this. We're gonna set a pretty good radius at clockwise, and I will back it off. I believe that's what I need to do, and then we're going to click go. And it is starting. So I don't know if I should have left it right where it was at there, or back it off like I did, but it's definitely doing a spiral here. And the drone is performing well. I can't remember if I told it to return to its starting point or not. So there it did, it ended. So we're going to bring it back in. All right, so let's try one of those rocket. That was the one that I was trying the other day that I couldn't get it to do. So a rocket droney is what we're going to do. There, and it selected me. So that is what we couldn't get it to do the other day. So yeah, we're going to give it a distance. Let's kick that distance up a little bit. We want it to auto return to its starting point. We got a pretty good flight speed there of 6.7 miles an hour. Well, hell, let's crank that up. Let's crank it up to maximum. And let's hit go. So yeah, the drone's coming to me, and if I understand it correctly, so it's flying right over the top of me. So it's kind of overshot me. Just hovering. So now it's going up. So I had to walk back into the picture there. So I don't know what it didn't see, and it overshot me a little bit. So I don't know if I drew the square too big, but you know, it definitely highlighted me. So yeah, that's pretty good. So it did what it was supposed to do, and now we should see it return to its original position. So it's coming back down. Yeah, so it just says mission completed. So it didn't go to where we started at, but anyway, let's back it off here a little. So I had another commenter that asked me about the follow me mode, and we've done that before, but let's give that a shot here real quick, so I can show him that it does that. So we're going to go back into automated flight modes, smart track. We're going to do trace. Drag your rectangle around the subject. The drone will trace your target from a different view. So let's give that a shot here. Yeah, it got me, so we're going to click go. No, it didn't get me. Let's start over again. The camera up just a little. I brought the smart track. Well, let's do profile this time. Drone will trace your target from a parallel perspective. So it's doing that well. So it's right over the top of me now. Yeah, it's right over the top. So I don't know about a parallel perspective. Yeah, now it lost me. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not gonna. It's hard to give that one an A. Yeah, that one clearly didn't work. So let's back up a little bit, get the camera up a little more. Let's try that one more time. Let's try the other version of Smart Track, the trace. That seems to be working. Let me walk towards the camera and see if it'll back up. It isn't backing up, so that may have been something that I needed to select. So it is following me at least, but you can't, it would not back up. So I think that's something that you need to select in the menu, as I recall. There, yeah, so we just lost FPV. Oh, it came back. Guys, I don't know what happened there. It just, as you saw, FPV blanked out, and we lost the trace. At least the drone didn't do anything. The drone is just hovered there, so that's good. Well, I don't know about that. So while we still have some battery, I'm going to pick it up, and we're going to go for a flight here. Oh, I see it quit recording too. So I started recording. I don't know when it quit recording. But we're going to go out here a ways. And take a look at the horizon. Let me drop the camera down. So you can see the horizon is a little bit crooked there. Yeah, that's too crooked for me. It should be better than that. That's just, in my mind, that's ridiculous. You cannot expect this to be a real camera drone and have that crooked of a horizon. Okay, so we are down low enough on battery. I'm going to do another return to home. don't want to push it here. Let's see how it does on return to home, and we'll give it another shot at precision landing, and we'll see how it does. So it's on its way back to us now. Looks like we're back over the top of the park here. We'll drop the camera down just a little. Boy, I wish I was smoother with that gimbal, guys. I've seen people that do this so smoothly. I'm just not that good. So we are getting pretty close to over the top. Got the gimbal pointed straight down. Got the landing pad not detected again, so we'll see how it does. Still saying landing pad not detected. Let's pick up the camera. Yeah, it's not going to do it. It just still says landing pad not detected. So I canceled. Let's see if I can manually land it here. So there we go. That's one way to get it on the pad manually. 30% battery left, and it stopped recording, which is great. So that saves your file. Let me get everything shut down here, and we will do a quick conclusion. Hey, we're still rolling. Okay, guys, we took the Fimi X8 SE up in the air today, and you know, we got the latest firmware installed. You know, we were able to get the POI function to work like we thought it would. We did have an issue there where we lost, I don't know if it was connection with the drone, but it was certainly FPV for a second there while we were in one of the automated flight modes, one of the follow me functions, and it came right back and the drone just hovered, so it didn't do anything weird. You know, we weren't at risk of losing the drone or anything, but those kind of things, you know, they just don't give you confidence in the product. They don't. So hopefully that's the kind of thing that they can look at. And I think we proved again that the precision landing on this thing is, I don't know what it is. I don't even know why they put it on there, because it doesn't work. Why wouldn't they just leave it off until they have it perfected? I don't know. Because, you know, all that does is make you think, well, okay, if that doesn't work on the drone, what else doesn't work? But it's still, it's a $400 drone, or a $500 drone, excuse me, with a lot of promise. And you know, it's got a nice camera on it, and an okay gimbal, I guess, a gimbal that could use a little work. You know, it's got some nice automated functions on it, but you know, if here's what I'm going to say at this point. I've had this drone long enough, and I've done enough updates on it. I think I can tell you pretty substantively, if you are buying this thinking that you're going to get a bargain Mavic Pro, and when I say Mavic Pro, I'm talking about Generation 1, you're just not. If you're trying to decide between spending $500 on this and $700 on the Mavic Pro, the original Mavic Pro, you can still get it as a refurb, or even buying one used. it's probably a better choice. This thing just isn't ready for prime time yet. You know, I'm going to continue to test it. I really want to like it, but it just isn't where it needs to be yet. I mean, you saw me messing around there. Things just don't work like they should, and you know, it just, like I said, it's a work in progress. So all of that said, it's really fun to fly. It's a very powerful drone and will really move. And I really enjoy flying it every time I take it out. There's just some things. I'm going to say this. I'll go out on this limb. I can forgive almost all the issues with this product, other than that tilted horizon. That's the one that makes it not suitable if you're looking to get some good cinematic photography. You know, you're going to position the drone, and yeah, I know that you can correct it in post-production. You can. I don't have to do that with my Mavic. I don't have to do that with my Anafi. I don't have to do that with my little Hubsan Zeno. So Fimi, if you're listening, that's something you've got to get right on this drone. Anyway, that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And gosh, most of all, thank you for taking the time to look at this video, and we'll see you on the next one.